too far away. This is Todd Bell. Join me and the OHSAA Radio Network crew each week during the football playoffs for the OHSAA Playoff Preview Show and the state championships in Canton the first week in December. Congratulations to all the teams competing for softball and baseball state championships over the last 2 weeks of the season. Have a great summer, and we'll see you this fall.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Ohio at highschoolofficials.com.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
You remember that ball game we went to a couple years ago?
Sure.
And how you didn't have enough cash for 2 hot dogs, so you walked with me on your shoulders until we found an ATM? And then when we got back to our seats, we never saw the hot dog guy again.
Well, I don't remember all that.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
You never know which moments will be the ones they'll remember forever, so take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 1-877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It's the Division IV semifinal, the second of our 2 games today. It's Fairfield Union and Middletown Fenwick. Welcome back to Akron and the OHSAA State Baseball Championships, the 98th version of the OHSAA Baseball Tournament. We talked about Fenwick a moment ago. Let's now focus in on the other Falcons who arrive here today, and that being the Fairfield Union Falcons from Fairfield County and the Lancaster area. They arrive with a mark of 24-6. Scott Burke's team has won a truckload of close games this season, Todd Bell, including a thriller over Richmond Edison in the regional final.
They were down going into their final at bat by 2. They scored twice to force extra innings, and how they did it is unique as well. They ended up with an Ashton Waldrop bases-loaded walk to pull them to within 2-1. And then on an attempted suicide squeeze, it was a wild pitch that scored to tie it. Then they scored 3 in the 10th to win it by a score of 5-2 over Edison. And one of the rarities, we can't do it in the majors, but apparently we can in high school. Eli Wolf got the win. He went 9 innings as the starting pitcher in that game for Fairfield Union. He only gave up 2 runs, but he scattered 11 hits, and then Joe Blankenship got him the save. Think about that. You go 9 innings of a regional final to help your team get here to Akron.
They won in the district tournament by scores of 3-2 and 2-1, and then beat conference rival Logan Elm in the regional semis 5-2 before the win Todd talked about a moment ago over Richmond Edison. We mentioned how this game is getting started later because of the craziness of game number 1, which was a 12-7 game, which took over 2.5 hours to play. As we again go back down to the dugout and check in with Todd Walker, it really forced these teams to change their mindset getting ready for this game, and especially for Scott Burke's Falcons.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Burke about how they handled the unexpected delay. He said, kids handled it great. Me, not that great. So Coach Burke is anxious. Of course, he is a FU alum. And he played with a lot of the guys around that 86 state runner-up team. He missed that team by a couple of years. He's an 84 grad of Fairfield Union. So obviously he's got a little more skin in this game. But he's very anxious. And the other thing you'll notice, guys, a lot of blonde hair on this Falcons team, Fairfield Union, that is. That was a team bonding thing after they won the district. They all decided to get their hair dyed. And Eli Wolf, their teammate, actually did all the dyeing of their hair, but not to worry. His aunt is a hairdresser. She assisted to make sure everything went okay. But this is a very tight-knit team coached by an alum, and it's going to be a fun game, I think, between 2 Falcons.
And that always seems to be the color of choice of dye jobs. When teams get this far, they always go with the blonde dye jobs on their hairs as they reach these state championship games. Fairfield Union 297 as the team, 5 home runs. We will listen in to the playing and singing of our national anthem as we close in on first pitch of game number 2 of the Division IV semifinals.
And singing of our national anthem.
means that baseball is moments away. It's the Division IV semifinals, Fairfield Union and Bishop Fenwick. Let's pause for these messages from the OHSAA. This is the state baseball tournament brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
The following is a broadcast presentation of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Fairfield Union is the home team. They occupy the third base dugout. Bishop Fenwick from the Middletown Franklin area. They will be in the first base dugout. They are the visiting team. This meets the starting lineups. First for Fenwick, they will go this way. The center fielder Carter Schaus bats leadoff. He hits .338. Hudson Krecky is the right fielder. He'll bat second at .289. Isaac Barker, the second baseman, hits third. He carries a .404 average with him to the plate. Jackson Kaufman, the shortstop's the cleanup hitter with 25 runs batted in, batting .393. Jude McCullough, the catcher, hits fifth. He hits .320. Boyd Westerfield, the first baseman, hits sixth, .253. Ty Miller's in left field with a .270 average. The DH is Nick Bachman, hitting .207. And the nine-hole hitter is Connor Enderle, the third baseman. Enderle hits .292. Anthony Snyder on the mound. He's 7-3 this season. For Fairfield Union, the shortstop Ashton Waldron bats leadoff. He hits .451. Alex Burke, the first baseman, hits out of the two-hole at .314. Garrett Dilcher, the center fielder, hits third at .359. Dylan Chilcoats, the DH, he hits .234. Cody Andrews at second base hits fifth. Brady Andrews, the catcher, hits sixth. The bottom third, Braxton Rolls, hits .218. He's in right field. Owen Girardi, the third baseman, hits eighth at $130. And R.J. Hedges, the left fielder, hits ninth at .241. Fairfield Union out of the Mid-State League. Again, southeast of Columbus. And Fenwick from the Greater Catholic League Co-Ed Division. They are from the Greater Dayton area. First pitch of our Division IV semifinal from Cameron Silcott to Carter Schaus. Misses for a ball. We're playing baseball today here at 717 Credit Union Park, the home of the Akron Rubber Ducks. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball which sails high. 2 balls and no strikes. .330 down the right field line. The wall curves back out to 400 in dead center. And then breaks over to .330 to the opposite side. Next pitch is a fastball in the inside corner for a called strike. It's 2-1 now to Carter Schaus. Schaus also pitches for the Fenwick Falcons of Doc Whelan. The 2-1 pitch, way outside, 3 balls and a strike. Outfield, pretty much straight away. Natural grass surface, dirt infield, dirt pitcher's mound here at 717 Credit Union Park. 3-1 pitch is lofted foul and out of play, and the count's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Great to have you with us here with bright sunshine, temperature today into the lower 80s, but there is worries about tomorrow already with the weather forecast. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball misses wide, ball 4. Carter Schaus draws a leadoff walk.
A good start here for Fenwick to get the leadoff runner on base. Already talked about it earlier. Not quite the same amount of stolen bases as we saw at our teams earlier today, but they do have 65, and see if they apply some pressure here early on.
Here's Hudson Krecky, the right fielder. It's .289, swings the bat from the right side of the plate. No homers, 15 runs batted in. Krecky wears number 4 in the back of his red Fenwick jersey top. They have white pants with red piping down either side, and right away runners on the move as Krecky fouls the ball at the plate, and it's 0-1 to Krecky. Fenwick 303 as a team. They've got 8 home runs on the season. They have 52 doubles, just 3 triples, and only 65 stolen bases. Again, I say only because of the plethora of steals the teams in game number 1 had. Still got the right-hander working from the stretch with the runner on first. We're in the top of the first. He'll turn and throw to first. He's 7-1 this year at Silcott, 64 2/3 innings, a 1.91 run average. And do we have a balk?
I think we've had a balk call.
Yes, we did. So move Carter Schaus over to second base.
What happened, Todd Walker?
Hey, guys, that was interference on the first
okay.
baseman.
All right.
Yep.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out because Alex Burke at first base, he was the one kind of with his palms to the sky talking to the umpire, so he wouldn't be the one maybe questioning a balk. So good eyes down there, Todd.
So move Schaus over to second base.
This game's way more pedestrian than the last one.
Bunt is shown, and here's the bunt up the first baseline. It's a good one. The pitcher, Silcott, comes off to make the play. The runner scoots over to third, turned the bag too wide. They tried to throw to get him, and the throw gets away from the third baseman, and that allows Schaus to get up and scamper home at the game's first run. So already, Fenwick takes advantage of a Fairfield Union throwing error, and that pushes the first run across. The bunt by Krecky was fielded nicely by Silcott, and Schaus turned the bag a little too wide at third, and in the effort of trying to get back, they threw behind him, trying to pick him off, Todd, and they threw the ball right past the third baseman.
You know, I go back to what T.J. Blanton, our Perkins coach last game, told his team before the seventh inning.
At the plate is Isaac Barker, the second baseman. First pitch to Barker's the ball.
In our last game, for those who weren't listening, we had 9 combined errors. Going in the last inning, you're leading by 5. Just make the simple play and hold on to the ball. As that one is in there for a strike. And there's a case right there. There was no chance to get the runner at third. You throw it over there, they get tangled up, ball gets away, and now a run scores.
Barker from the right side of the plate. Next pitch, as Todd mentioned, the strike. 1-1 with one down. A run is scored. Next pitch, a little off speed for a called strike. It's 1-2. Cameron Silcott, 6 foot, 170 pound. Junior right-hander has the hitter Barker backing out of the way as that pitch sailed up tight and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just a glorious day here weather-wise. You could not have asked for it to be any. Flags barely fluttering on the 3 outfield poles. 2-2 pitch is wide of the plate, and the count's full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. As of now, the championship game tomorrow is scheduled for a 10 o'clock first pitch. Here's the payoff. This one is lined back into center field, a base hit.
A good piece of hitting by Isaac Barker. Stayed back on it. Able to get enough of the barrel to get it through the infield. And already 2 base runners here in the first inning for Fenwick.
Here's Jackson Kaufman, the senior shortstop, hitting out of the cleanup spot. 393, a homer. Team leading 25 runs batted in. Like a number of players, Kaufman has a hoodie underneath his jersey top. Turn and a throw to first, the runner back safely. And the throw sailed over the head of the pitcher. Good thing the third baseman, Girardi, had come down the line a little bit. Kaufman, bat arched over the right shoulder, swings at the pitch, grounds it sharply to the shortstop, who takes a step to the bag, steps on the bag at second for the force, but throws the ball past the first baseman. So the force at second goes 6 unassisted, but Kaufman is safely on at first on the throwing error.
Yeah, and he rushed the throw a little bit, Marty, and he didn't have to. That ball was hit right where he was. He fields it, he steps on the bag. He can just make a nice, confident throw over to first. He rushed it, and Burke couldn't pick it out.
Todd Walker's in the dugouts for us. Do you get a sense of jitters at all down there, Todd?
Actually, over here, these guys are nice and loose. I'm in the Fenwick dugout, and they're just attacking. And I'll get a vibe over at the other dugout, interestingly, after this inning to try and see, because they look a little shaken.
I didn't see the bright orange hat. My apologies. Breaking ball.
Kind of blends in with all the red down.
It does, yeah. To Jude McCullough. Misses outside for a ball. McCullough, the catcher, hitting .320 with a homer at 21 knocked in. McCullough's a senior. Runner back and a throw that way. Fenwick defeated Roger Bacon in the regional final 5-4. They're rivals. Pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the semis, they knocked off the defending state champion, Licking Valley, pounded them 16-6. Beat Urbana in the districts, beat Clinton Massey in the district semi. Pitch is popped up. First base side foul territory. The first baseman, Alex Burke, shielding his eyes from the sun with his glove and the sunglasses, and reaches up to make the catch. And that takes care of Fenwick in the top half of the first. They push a run across, one error rather, and a hit, and a runner left on. We go to the bottom of the first. Fenwick with the game's first run. Fairfield Union coming to bat for the first time. This is the OHSAA State Baseball Tournament, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Hey, Ohio, not every injury happens on the field. Car wrecks, hospital mistakes, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 lawyers and 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $30 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud sponsor of Ohio High School Athletics. Injured? Just dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
Fenwick pushes across a run in their first at-bat, and the Fairfield Union Falcons will come calling against right-hander Anthony Snyder. 7-3 on the season, 58 2/3 innings, 54 hits, 28 earned runs, 63 strikeouts, 28 walks. His 18th appearance, his 15th start. He does have a complete game to his credit, and a 3.34 earned run average. Fenwick with the game's first run, and now Fairfield Union to the plate under the guidance of Scott Burke. Todd Walker talked a little bit earlier about Burke. He was an assistant coach on that 86 team that qualified for the state tournament. They were also in the state tournament in 1969, and that 86 team, the runner-up in the state tournament. Oh, way back when. AAA, AA, single A at that time. Casey McKay is our home plate umpire. Bessa Faltis is at first. Robert Blaylock is at second base. And Don West is at third base. Ashton Waldrop, the shortstop, to get it started for Fairfield Union from the right side of the plate. 451, no homers, 13 runs batted in, squares the bunt right away, pops it up foul territory. The catcher, Jude McCullough, hustles over, tries to come away with it, almost got to it. It ends up being strike one to Ashton Waldrop. Waldrop will play his college baseball at West Virginia Tech. No homers, 13 runs batted in. Third baseman Enderly is in. Next pitch is fouled to the backstop netting. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Fairfield Union, members of the Mid-State League. Scott Burke is in his 18th year. 242 wins, 247 losses as the head coach. He is a proud graduate of Ohio's best, Ohio University. 0-2 pitch is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Snyder gathers himself back on the mound. Working from the stretch to the leadoff hitter. The 1-2 pitch. This is wide of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. From the delay standpoint, can you make too much of that, Todd?
Well, I think all these kids play summer ball, travel ball, so those schedules are adjusted and they have to sit around and wait a lot of the time.
2-2 pitches fouled away.
But in this instance, what I was thinking about during the first game when you had brought it up to me, you get these guys on a schedule. So they're either going to hit here or at a local high school and, take some practice, get up off on their feet, move around, and do that.
Here's the 2-2 to Waldrop. This is grounded up the third base side. Backhanded by Enderly. Off-balance running throw is in time for the first out of the bottom of the first. Nice play over there by Enderly.
Well, on an afternoon that's been filled with sloppy baseball, that was a really good play by Enderly at third base for the out. But to finish that point, you're on your feet. You do that. Then you feed them, right, at a certain time. But now all of a sudden when you push back an extra hour, all of that kind of gets readjusted. So you better have some snacks in the dugout, things like that, because those are the little types of things that certainly can help you throughout the course of the day.
The first baseman, Alex Burke, at the plate. He swings from the left side of the plate and goes after the first pitch and angles it foul up the third base coaching box side. And foul. Burke, 314, no homers, and 20 runs batted in. I thought the comment Todd Walker made when talking to Scott Burke was probably perhaps more accurate. Here's the 0-1 delivery. It is a called strike on the inside corner. It affects the coaches more than it does the players.
Why? Because the kids were in their stands on their phones, watching videos, sending TikToks.
And we're not? And we're not?
No.
Oh, okay. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and it is chopped foul at the plate.
Who's that? There it is.
Yeah, right in front of the plate. Well, died in the dirt out there. Fenwick with a run at the top of the first. Fairfield Union, their first swings. Looking at Anthony Snyder, the 6'1", 163-pound senior right-hander. Here's the 0-2 again. This one is hit right at the first baseman, Westerfield, who goes down to a knee to field that low liner. And 2 are away. Here's Garrett Dilcher, the center fielder. Ball was sinking fast on Westerfield over at first base. Dilcher, 359, also swings the hitting utensil from the left side of the plate. Homer, 23 runs batted in. He goes after the first pitch. Inside outswing, blooped out to the shortstop, who retreats a couple of steps into the outfield grass to make the catch. And Fairfield Union goes 1-2-3 in their first visit with Anthony Snyder. We're through 1 complete, the Division IV semis. It's Middletown Fenwick 1, Fairfield Union to go to the second inning. Let's pause for these messages on the OHSAA Radio Network. This is the OHSAA State Baseball Tournament.
Want to know what I like best about high school sports? I love watching my son run on the field. I love the fact that since he's been playing high school sports, he's making better decisions. And I love knowing that with the proper equipment, education, conditioning, and coaching, high school sports here in Ohio are safer than ever before. And that's something I really love.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
Let's pause 10 seconds, allow stations to identify themselves on the great OHSAA Radio Network. We go to the top of the second inning. Fenwick leads Fairfield Union 1-0 for Fairfield Union. They went down 1-2-3 in their first look at Snyder. A blooper to the first hitter, Boyd Westerfield, a little inside-out swing, and he promptly drops this one out behind second base into center field for a leadoff single, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Ty Miller. Just went in and got that one right off the hands and dropped it comfortably into short center field. So a leadoff single, and here is the left fielder, Ty Miller. Hits 270, no homers, and 17 runs batted in. Westerfield, the runner at first, had the game-winning hit, and that went over Roger Bacon. Here's the pitch to Miller. It's popped up. Fair territory, first base side, and the first baseman could not find it. It bounces, and it's a foul did it go into foul territory? Yep. It did, yeah. Boy, Alex Burke doing all he could to shield his eyes from the sun, and he had that one just completely loose. He lost it, and it bounced a couple of feet in front of him. Unfortunately, bounced foul.
Yeah, he's got sunglasses on. He was doing the right thing with the glove, but sometimes it doesn't matter. There was a lot of congestion over there, too, because the runner at first base doesn't know what to do. The batter's coming up the line. We've already seen that collision today.
So it ends up simply being a strike. Close play at first on the throw by Silcott, trying to pick off Westerfield. He was able to dive back safely. Miller from the right side of the plate. That angled high over that right shoulder, goes after the next pitch and fouls it out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Watching Burke, you could almost tell the moment that ball was popped up, he had absolutely no idea where it was. Second straight inning that the leadoff hitter for Fenwick has reached. Just turned in another good throw. That was a close play as well, too. As Westerfield able to scamper back, and now they throw the ball past the pitcher. They've almost done that a couple of times, and this time they do it. And they alert Westerfield scamper safely to second base.
Wow. Well, Fenwick's going to take advantage of this. That's now 2 errors. And it allows the runner to go to second base for no reason. I mean, they almost had him picked off twice. And then they just, get sloppy with a baseball.
And that's 3 errors now on Fairfield Union. We're in the top of the second. Pitch low in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, Andrews. Diving for third, Westerfield, and he has gone from first to third on this plays by the Fairfield Union defense.
That just drives a head coach nuts.
Throwing error by the first baseman, and then the ball that bounced away from the catcher. So a runner at third with no one out. Here's a ball hit down into right field, and it will fall for a base hit and rumble into the corner as Rolls dove for it, could not come away with it. Rounding second is Miller. He's coming towards third, and they're going to throw up the stop sign right there. Westerfield scores. It's 2-0. As Ty Miller knocked that one down the right field line. Rolls laid out for it, could not come away with it. It bounced past him and rolled into the corner. And Miller has a stand-up triple and an RBI.
Yeah, you appreciate the effort, but not a smart play by Rolls out there and right. He was nowhere close to catching that on the dive attempt as it landed on the warning track, the dirt portion. And once it did that, it just kicked all the way down there in the corner where it's 337 feet away from home plate. And that easily allowed Ty Miller to cruise around to third base. The run was going to score regardless. But you hold him to a single if you just play it on the hop. Now he's standing down at third base.
Meeting going on at the mound right now. Scott Burke's just trying to calm his team down a little bit. Todd Walker's, I think, feeling you get from down there in the dugout.
Yeah, it's a frustrating time. TB mentioned it's a frustration to be a head coach sometimes. And, boy, the little things are going against him right now. And you really got to feel for the first baseman, Alex Burke. He initially on that pop-up, guys, yelled mine. I could hear him down here, and then about a second after that, I looked at his body language. I'm like, oh, no, he lost it. But that cost him an out, and now it's kind of snowballing on him.
And then the throw where he threw it past the pitcher coming back, that also ended up being pretty big. Pitch high to Nick Bachman, the designated hitter. Misses high for a ball. Bachman, 207 with a homer and 11 runs batted in. So another run for Fenwick here in the top half of the second. Infield in all the way around. And the next pitch is a strike. It's a ball and a strike. A good year and high over the ballpark, circling. It's gone by a number of times during the afternoon. Here's the 1-1. This one is hit past the diving infield, and Cody Andrews, the second baseman, who was in on the grass and into right center field for an RBI single for Nick Bachman. It's now 3-0 in favor of Fenwick.
Well, taking advantage of mistakes and also putting the ball in play. That'll already be their fourth hit, 3 in a row to start this inning. And much like we saw the starters in our first semifinal game struggle, Cameron Silcott finds himself in a big hole here in the second.
12th run batted in for Nick Bachman. Here's the third baseman, Connor Enderle. And Enderle at 290 with no homers and 13 runs batted in. You watch Owen Girardi, the Fairfield Union third baseman. He's constantly going down the line behind the pitcher when throws are coming back with a base runner on. First pitch to Enderle is a called strike. So top of the second, and Fenwick has plated 2 more runs. The pitch from Silcott is high. Snap throw down to first. The runner back safely. I'd like to thank all our affiliates joining us on the OHSA Radio Network, including our friends in Chillicothe at WBEX, in Hamilton, WMOH, AM 1450, and in Van Wert, WKSD 99.7 FM. We are not a network without you folks, and we're glad you're with us. 1 ball, 1 strike to the 9-hole hitter, Connor Enderle. It's 3-0 Fenwick. We're in the top of the second. Off-speed pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We were looking at the stands a short time ago. A lot of the folks who are here are up under cover now underneath the grandstand area. Here's a pitch popped up third base side. Owen Girardi is underneath it and makes the catch on the infield dirt for the first out of the inning. And that takes us back to the top of the Fenwick batting order for Carter Schaus.
Well, one time through here for Silcott. And now he's got a chance to go back to the top of the order here and start working again. He's trying to get things settled down here so they get their offense back to the dugout.
Schaus from the right side of the plate pitches low from Silcott. Doc Whelan, the head coach of Fenwick, his first year with the Fenwick program, and has guided them to the state tournament. Their first visit to the state tournament since 1982. Pitch popped up first base side again. Can Burke find this one? Arms extended. The second baseman comes racing over and had it hit the heel of his glove and fall safely in foul territory. Cody Andrews came racing over. And again, Alex Burke started as if he had a play on it, and then you could see him with his arms extended and his palms up as if to say, I have no idea where it's at.
And I even could hear him say, I don't have it. I don't have it. That's what you don't normally hear them say. Second baseman was right there, but again, I think the wind played a factor in that one, blew it further towards the stands, and he just couldn't quite get there. Glanced off his glove.
Counts a ball and strike with one out. The pitch from Silcott from the right-hander misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Fenwick, they are members of the Greater Catholic League. 238 boys. Their adjusted enrollment. School's located in Warren County. 2-1 pitch. This one is pop back foul and out of play. Talking about that area during the pregame show, Southwest Ohio, they are very proud of their high school baseball down in that area. Of course, last night, 2 teams from Southwest Ohio played for the state championship in Division I, Moeller and St. X.
We could have the GCL win 3 championships this weekend. St. X beating Moeller last night. Hamilton Beta won last night, and if Fenwick's able to pull it off, they would also win one for the GCL.
Again, a throw to first, and again, the runner back.
Did we not have a team from the MAC here for baseball this weekend? Delphos St. John's. Thank you, Todd.
Yeah. Here's the 2-2 pitch, low.
And St. Henry. So we had 2. There's a lot of games, a lot of teams.
I think it's in the OHSAA bylaws that a team from the MAC has to play for a state championship.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Doesn't matter what sport it is.
If there wasn't one here, it was like, well, they better break that conference up.
Counts full. Runners on the move. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled back and out of play. Count will hold at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Carter Schaus. Top of the second. Fenwick has pushed across 2 more runs, and they have opened up a 3-0 lead over Lancaster Fairfield Union. Silcott ready with the runner on the move. The pitch is wide, ball 4. So 2 on now. Second time that Carter Schaus has walked, and here's Hudson Krecky, the right fielder. Fenwick baseball is a big part of the Krecky family. We'll let Todd talk about that here in a little bit. Todd Walker, great background with the Krecky family. The right fielder. He bounced out to the mound his first time up. So 2 on with 1 down. And the pitch, this one is a swing and a miss by Krecky as he was unable to come away with that low pitch. Wears number 4 on his red jersey top. Bat angled over that right shoulder. Next pitch is low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. First baseman Burke is in front of the runner. The middle infielder's dancing back and forth around the bag. Out at second. Next pitch sails high. 2 balls and a strike, and Silcott's laboring a little bit here.
Yeah, for sure. Struggling to find the strike zone. Defense has let him down. I mean, already should be out of this inning.
Runners grab their leads. Silcott's 2-1 pitch is ripped out into left field, but it's playable. R.J. Hedges is drifting over and makes the shoulder-high catch. So everyone holds station, so 2 are out. That ball, when it left the bat, sounded as if it was hit a lot better than it actually was.
Well, and I think, Marty, too, the wind knocked it down a little bit. My thought was, I thought it was a little bit more into the alley, and it ended up being closer towards Hedges and made an easy play of it.
Second baseman Isaac Barker now. Barker singled up the middle his first time up and was forced at second. Ballpark located again here in downtown Akron. The Akron City skyline off to the right field side. Pitch to Barker, misses wide of the plate. You look over to our left, the Akron Children's Hospital. Blue seats here, patio seating down the left field line. This has become a very popular place to watch minor league baseball. 1-0 pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Of course, this is the home of the Akron Rubber Ducks, who are kind enough to have the schedule adjusted so they vacate the ballpark every year for the OHSAA to hold its state baseball championships here. 2-0 delivery. Misses. It's
at a balk.
3 balls. Yep, there's a balk. We thought we had one earlier, and there is one. So scoot each runner up a base. Bachman goes over to third. Schaus to second. And the struggles continue right now for Silcott. Here in this top of the second, at last check, he has thrown 40 pitches. The 2-0, way upstairs and high. 3 balls and no strikes. Scott Berg said that Silcott's been tremendous for them all year. He says his strength is his ability to be around the zone and his defense to make plays behind him. Well, that has failed him at some points. Here's a strike on the inside, 3 balls and a strike. And they win over Logan Elman, the regional semis. He was able to keep the Braves off balance with his deliveries. Next pitch misses way upstairs, ball 4. And right now, things not going very well at all for Silcott or the Fairfield Union Falcons. Bases are now loaded with 2 outs. And Todd Bell, you would almost think Jackson Kaufman is a necessity to get him out right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, could have been out of the inning. They missed 2 pop-ups that ended up being foul that they should have caught. And, you know, you're a base hit, an extra base hit from this one starting to get out of reach here early on.
Silcott from the stretch, the pitch, swing and a miss. Kaufman went to ripping right away and comes up empty.
And I saw one of the coaches pop out of the dugout over here on the third base side, almost like keeping everybody interested. Like you're out there, you've been out there a long time. This inning's like, hey guys, stay in it right now because you're about to have a ball hit at you and we need an out. Oh, and that's going to be a balk.
That is. That should be. Did we have the call yet?
Yeah.
There it is. From the first baseman, our best of fault. And Cameron Silcott guilty of his second balk here in the inning. That'll force a run home as Nick Bachman tries home. Everyone else moves up a base. It's now 4-0.
Stepped off and made a whirling motion to first base, and first baseman's not holding him on. And again, it's the focus. It's exactly what I just said. Why would you ever even consider throwing to first base with the bases loaded in that scenario? And then even with that, you don't even know that the first baseman's not holding him. And so, again, it's, you know, not just blaming it all right here on Cameron Silcott, but it's as a unit, their focus has gone away from them here in this top of the second inning.
The catcher, Brady Andrews, went out to the mound for a word with his pitcher. I think perhaps more than anything, hey, just calm down a little bit here. So it's now 4-0. The balk forces in another run. And the count is no balls and a strike to Kaufman. The next pitch to Kaufman. He reached via an error the first time up. This pitch is the ball. It's 1-1. So runners at second and third with 2 outs. Silcott delivers the 1-1, swing and a miss, low. The runner started to break now. They got him hung up between the mound or between third base and the plate. Throw to the third baseman. He dropped it. His throw home is wide to the catcher. That scores another run. Speeding around second base and coming towards the plate is Baker. He scores as the ball got away from the catcher to the backstop. And Fenwick has busted this game wide open right now. The defense failing Fairfield Union all the way around. It is 6-0.
Why are we throwing the ball around the infield. I mean, it just continues to happen. And in this case, yeah, they ended up getting the runner hung up from third, but it was a poor throw from the catcher to third, and then Girardi kind of dropped it, and that allowed the runner to come in. Then it ended up being a situation where the runner sliding in and the catcher, they all kind of got all tangled up with our home plate umpire. The ball ends up trickling over towards the on-deck circle. Kenny Lofton scores from second, and it's just a mess right now.
Todd Walker out right now. Scott Burke's talking to the home plate umpire, Casey McKay. Any idea what this conversation's about?
Well, I think he's trying to buy something with the catcher getting entangled with the runner or whatever, and then the umpire kind of got in the way as well. But interestingly, on the pitch before, Coach admonished his catcher to let one go. They thought they had the man picked off at third on the previous play, and he didn't throw it. And then the next play, they did have him hung out to dry, but they couldn't complete the play. Just a disaster for Fairfield, the Union here.
So 5 have scored here in the top of the second. And Kaufman still at the plate through all of this with the count at 1-2. And now the count's level of 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch misses high.
I mean, think about that for a second. The bases were loaded, and within 3 pitches, they all scored and the ball wasn't put in play.
2-2 delivery. Struck him out. And the inning comes to an end, but Fenwick does some big-time damage. They put 5 runs on the board here in this top half of the second inning. They get 3 hits, but the majority of the damage done without the ball, as Todd mentioned, getting out of the infield on throwing errors on Fairfield Union. We go to the bottom of the second. They have some work to do. Down 6-0, trailing Fenwick in this Division 4 semi. Let's pause for these messages from the OHSAA. This is the state baseball tournament brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Here's a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app, available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app, free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
Ready? It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right. Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles. From biking to bench presses, Milk's protein helps you build lean muscle and gain more from your workouts.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Chocolate Milk, the official beverage of high school sports, is brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast.
Check out the OHSAA on social media. Follow at OHSAA Sports on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
You got something, Walk? Okay. Fairfield Union coming to the plate, down 6-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. They went 1-2-3 in their first visit with Anthony Snyder of Fenwick. Dylan Chilcote, the designated hitter. Cody Andrews, the second baseman. And Brady Andrews, the catcher here. Todd Walker's in that Fairfield Union dugout. What's the sense you get of the Falcons' mindset right now?
Well, the players were saying it's a long game, guys. Let's keep fighting. And interestingly, Coach Burke did not address the team really at all. He just let the guys kind of talk amongst themselves. And we'll see if they can light a fire under their offense here.
First pitch from Snyder to Chilcote is a fastball for a strike. 234 for the right-handed hitting DH. He's got a homer and 20 runs batted in. Bit of a wide stand, back, arched over that right shoulder, waving and waiting for the pitch, and he swings through another fastball. It's 0-2. Chilcote, the DH. He's a junior. Snyder ready at the pitch, low. And the count's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fairfield Union 22-8 coming into this state semifinal. Snyder holds at the waist, looking in. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Just reared back and threw it right past him right there. 1 down, and here's the second baseman, Cody Andrews. 349, the average that the right-handed hitting second baseman brings to the plate. Andrews, a junior. And the first pitch is a strike to Cody Andrews. Spells his first name Codie. Cody Andrews. 0-1 delivery is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, both Todds that I'm working with spell their first names Todd. I see some folks spell it TOD. Do you ever think about dropping a D, Todd? Ground ball slapped out short. Kaufman grabs it, slings the throw over to the first baseman for the second out of the inning.
I'm going to go with no. And then we're going to end this conversation.
2 are down. Here is Brady Andrews, the catcher. 380 for the right-handed hitting catcher. Just trying to make conversation.
You sure you were?
Snyder's pitch, and it misses outside for a ball.
Yeah, you can talk to me outside of these broadcasts.
I don't think I like you that much to talk to you outside of the broadcast.
We can play golf.
Oh, we're not going down that road. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Waiting for that invite that never comes.
Well, you can't return. You can't call me and say, "Hey, let's go play."
Always shifting the blame. 3 homers, 19 batted in. Swing and a miss, and he's hacking away right here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There have for years been rumors of a OHSA radio network golf outing, which has never come to fruition.
That's probably a good idea, though.
No, that's much like Caddyshack. 1-2 pitch is low, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, that'd be a day.
It would be something. Fairfield Union down 6-0 here in the bottom of the second. They have yet to record a hit off of Anthony Snyder. Time is called momentarily. Andrews out, back in. Has that wide stance, that back foot on the back line of the batter's box. Here's the 2-2. This one is chopped foul. And played nicely down there in that third base coaching box.
Then he flipped it to the third baseman who dropped
it.
What is going on today?
How do you score that one?
Jeez.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Senior right-hander Anthony Snyder kicks and delivers. Struck him out. And that takes care of Fairfield Union here in the bottom half of the second inning. They've gone 1-2-3 each time up in their 2 visits with Anthony Snyder. We go to the third. Fenwick 6. Fairfield Union nothing in the D4 semis. Let's pause for these messages from your local station. This is the OHSAA State Baseball Tournament.
Being a teenager is tough. There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity.
There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do Ohio's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their head?
We play!
Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Six 0 the lead for Fenwick. We go to the top of the third. Fairfield Union has made a pitching change. Cameron Silcott's day is done. 2 innings, 4 hits, 6 runs. 4 runs are earned, walked 3, struck out 1. And his defense really did not help him out very much. He threw 50 pitches. The new pitcher is a guy they've counted on season long out of their bullpen. And as a starter, he is right-hander Eli Wolf. To tell you more about him and to take you through the next few innings or so is Todd Bell.
All right, thank you very much. Eli Wolf will come on and make his 11th appearance of the year. It'll be his second in relief. He's worked on the season 55 hits, 55 innings, 49 hits, 12 runs, 10 of them earned, walking 13, striking out 43. And the opponent with a 233 batting average against him. A record of 7-1 in a 1.27 ERA. And again, it was Wolf going 9 innings in their regional final against Edison that they won in 10 innings, 5-2. And he picked up the victory on that day. And now, much like we saw in our first game with Perkins in their win against Cardinal Mooney, they had to make an early change and bring on another pitcher. Well, Talon Walton settled things down, and Perkins ended up getting the win. Now it's up to Eli Wolf to try and do the same thing. And his first offering now to Jude McCullum is that's going to be down low for a ball. Middle of the lineup here, 5, 6, and 7 are due up for Fenwick, and a pop-up to right field coming on as Braxton rolls, and he will put it away. One up, one down here in the third inning of play. So the leadoff batter is retired for the first time for Fenwick today, and now Boyd Westerfield will stand in. He led off last inning with a single and came around to score. 6-0 in favor of Fenwick here in the top of the third inning. And again, the winner will play Sandusky Perkins tomorrow. First offering is down low for a ball. Fenwick, they ended up finishing third in their own conference, going 6-4 this year. Next offering, that'll be a little bit outside for a ball. Boyd Westerfield stands back in, hit .253 this season. Now the wind and the next pitch. And that'll be down low for a ball to make it now 2-0 on Westerfield. Second baseman Cody Andrews well back on the outfield grass with the left-handed batter up. The pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner. 3-1 now. Fenwick in their red tops here today. The all-white look for Fairfield Union with the pinstripes. Here's a ground ball foul. That'll be just off the front of the first base dugout. And now Eli Wolf has come back to make the count full at 3-2. One away here in the top half of the third inning. Wolf working out of the full windup on the first base side, winds and delivers, and the 3-2 bounces in, rolls all the way to the on-deck circle. Brady Andrews, the catcher, will run over and pick it up, and Westerfield will trot up to first base. So that'll be the first walk allowed by Wolf, fourth of the day issued by Fairfield Union pitching. And Ty Miller, who tripled his last time up, will stand in. Miller hit a line drive down the right field line, and Braxton rolls, gave it a try to dive and catch it, came up empty, and the ball rolled all the way down into the corner. Now the pitch will miss outside for a ball to Miller. That was his first triple of the year and only the fourth of the season by Fenwick. 1 ball and no strikes. Now the pitch. It's up high. Todd Walker, I'm going to ask you a question after this next pitch, so be ready for me, partner. It's going to be another umpiring rules question. I just want to see how you would handle this situation. 2 balls and no strikes. And a throw to first. The hitter, Ty Miller, is wearing a towel out of his back hip pocket.
Yeah.
If the pitch were to sail behind him and he spins out of the way and it hits the towel, which would be then part of the uniform, is it a hit by pitch? The 2-0 will hit the outside corner.
It technically could be. I would not call it, but I don't think I'd let him hang at the plate with that hanging out of his pocket.
Bingo. That's the correct answer.
Rid of it. Yeah.
Yep, that would be the correct answer because then it eliminates anything. The 2-1 in the air, backing out of play off to the right. Got to make it easier on yourselves, right?
That's right.
Westerfield over at first. Looking over that direction is the pitcher Eli Wolf. Now the right-hander straightens and delivers the 2-2 offering. And a breaking ball up and out of the zone to make it now full count. Well, we'll keep an eye on Westerfield over at first with Ty Miller in the plate. Good size lead over there. He is not, well, in fact, they throw over that direction, and he's back safely. Nick Bachman waiting to hit next in the on-deck circle. 6-0 Fenwick here in the top of the third inning. Runner at first goes. The 3-2 is a line drive towards center field. Dickler coming on, and he'll make the catch. Now it's a throwback to first, and it's in time. Great play by Burke, the first baseman, to field it on a hop with a runner coming in behind the throw. And that will be a double play, 8-3 at first base. No runs, no hits, a walk, and nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the third. Finally, something for Fenwick to cheer about. They trail by a score of 6-0. We'll pause now for these messages from the OHSAA. This is the state baseball tournament brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Welcome to the home of Gridiron Legends, the newly renovated Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Walk among the immortals of football inside the Hall of Fame gallery. Here you can stand face to face with the men who built America's game. Relive the greatest moments of Super Bowl history in the Lamar Hunt Super Bowl gallery and stand before the Vince Lombardi Trophy, while the NFL Today gallery is home to the NFL's most recent record-breaking moments. Plan your visit to the Pro Football Hall of Fame today at ProFootballHOF.com.
Yes! Big money bet right there.
Dad, what's a big money bet? Can I do it?
Well, sweetie, betting is risky, so it's only for adults.
But I want to win money too.
I won this time, but I don't always win. That's why it's called gambling. And it's not for kids, okay?
Okay.
Let's just watch the game.
Youth who gamble are 4 times more likely to experience a gambling disorder as an adult. Be aware, check for risks, guide their choices, help prevent youth gambling. Visit ChangeTheGameOhio.org.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
Division 4 state semifinals here at 717 Credit Union Park. Coming up next year, it'll be the Division 7 state championship game. Delphos St. John's will take on Leipzig. A couple of close games in their semifinals. St. John's a winner over Tiffin Calvert 5-3. Leipzig walked off South Webster in the other semifinal. And so St. John's and Leipzig scheduled for 4. Very likely going to be closer to 4:30, 5 o'clock. Bottom half of the third inning. It'll be Braxton Rolls to lead things off here for the Fairfield Union Falcons. Anthony Snyder is not allowed a base runner through 2, and he'll start Rolls off with a strike. Right fielder batting for the first time, hitting .218 without a homer and 11 runs batted in this season. Swing and a foul tip here, and the count quickly goes to 0-2. One of 5 seniors in the lineup, 3 juniors and a sophomore, make up the 9 put together today by 18th year head coach Scott Burke. This pitch will bounce in. At least in terms of coaching at their school, Burke, 18 years. The other 3 coaches in this Final Four combined at their schools, only 11 years. Now the right-hander Snyder delivers. And a little low, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He pitched Todd Snyder in that semifinal win over Licking Valley where they hammered the Panthers 16-6. He worked 2 innings in that matchup.
There's a pop fly, short center, second baseman, shortstop are all there, and it's the shortstop making the catch, Kaufman. That ball never actually got to the outfield grass. That was right off the end of the bat for the first out.
I think, again, that was another one of those sounded better than it was hit.
So the leadoff batter retired. Owen Girardi will stand in, third baseman. Girardi hitting just .130 without a homer and 5 runs batted in. 6-run lead as Snyder delivers high for a ball. Girardi, the lone sophomore in the Falcon lineup. Right-handed batter standing in against Snyder, who delivers. There's a strike over the outside corner. Fairfield Union, champions of the Mid-State League Buckeye Division, going 11-1 in conference play this year. This pitch will skip in for a ball. Third appearance in the state Final Four. The first was all the way back in 1969, and no Ryan Baker. I'm not going to play the Where Was the Game Played game that we did a couple of nights ago. I don't think you missed out on that, Marty. Here's a swing and a miss. When Dominic Dials of St. Xavier hit 2 home runs over the fence for St. X, he became the 5th player in Division I history to hit 2 home runs in a game. Next offering is a little bit high. The last was done in, what did I say? It was 96 or, no, 2010, which would have been at Huntington Park. And then it was like 86, 60, and 1949, something like that. And this one's fouled away. And what was funny is you had the player who hit it, the school, and who they hit it against, except for in 1949. Records weren't quite as good. And the player's listed name was just Mars, M-A-R-S. So I don't know if that was his first name, his last name.
Where he was from?
Maybe. Now the 3-2. Inside, ball 4, and Fairfield Union has its first base runner of the game.
And you can hear in the background that shout of yell from the dugout, looking for anything to jumpstart the Fairfield Union club here. A base runner, even by a walk, hit by pitch, get somebody on and try to get something generated right now, because really they haven't had much life to this game at all right now.
Left fielder R.J. Hedges stands in, swings and misses at the first offering. Junior hitting .241 this year, plays left field. 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Fenwick leading 6-0. Snyder home. Fastball hits the outside corner to make it now 0-2. Fenwick fans thought that was a liberal outside corner. Outfield not very deep. Now the right-hander sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. He just threw 3 fastballs at the number 9 hitter, and Hedges is down on strikes. 3rd strikeout of the game for Anthony Snyder, and it'll flip things back to the top of the order here for Ashton Waldrop.
And you have to like that out of Snyder, too, knowing he had the 9-hole hitter up. Throw it as hard as I can. If you can hit it, more power to you.
Waldrop started the Fairfield Union first by grounding out to 3rd. Now the runner at first is hung out to dry after the pitch. He's going to go to 2nd, and the tag will be applied, and he is out.
A great job by Jude McCullough, the catcher right there, Todd.
Caught stealing
right at him.
Yep. Caught stealing 2-6 on the play down to 2nd base, and now he races. The only base runner of the game so far for Fairfield Union. We've completed 3 innings and pause for these messages from your local station. It is Fenwick leading Fairfield Union 6-0. This is the OHSAA State Baseball Tournament.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the OHSAA and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Top of the 4th inning, along with Marty Bannister and Todd Walker. This is Todd Bell. It'll be 8-9-1 coming up for the Fenwick Falcons, who have a 6-0 lead in our 2nd Division IV semifinal game. Earlier game won by Perkins. So they are sitting back and waiting to see who their opponent is going to be, as Nick Bachman will lead things off here in the 4th inning. Singled and scored, also drove in a run in the 2nd. He was then balked to 3rd and then balked home in that crazy 2nd inning of play. First offering by Eli Wolf is in for a strike. Wolf came on to relief. Starter Cameron Silcott in the third. So his second inning of relief today is a pitch down in the dirt now, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A run in the first, and then a 5-run second by the Fenwick Falcons. Next offering dips down low for a ball. 2-1-1 now on Bachman. Now the right-hander deals. Popped up, first base side. This has been an adventure, and the first baseman, Burke, will give way to the second baseman, Andrews, who will make the catch for out number 1 as we check in with Todd Walker.
Well, guys, it's, of course, a standard procedure with the Catholic school to have a father with the team, and Father Matt Montag's in the dugout here for Fenwick, and I noticed he seemed to be very baseball aware, and I got to talking with him, and he played a couple years at UC after playing at Mason or Kings High School, and he's really into it, and he really knows baseball. It's fun to sit there next to him and watch it.
Connor Enderle is standing at the plate, swings and misses at the first pitch. Now the next offering, swung on and fouled straight back.
Well, I don't think there's any question. Todd needs all the divine help he can get. So keep him close.
You got it, pal.
What kind of a hat is he wearing? Could you guys switch? The 0-2 misses outside for a ball. Turns out I might need that later tonight, by the way, Todd.
What,
your hat?
The clothes or the hat?
Just your hat.
Okay.
Here's the pitch. And a cue shot towards second, rolls towards Andrews, and he'll make the play over to first. Good hustle by Enderle on that squibber towards second base that rolled every direction. And there's 2 down.
We had a great look at that. That ball started to the right, then made a left turn, and the second baseman, Cody Andrews, I think was going to pull the old Bob Uecker thing and just wait for it to stop rolling and pick it up. That was his old line about how you catch a knuckleball.
Yep. 2 outs, top of the order, and Carter Schaus will stand in. He's walked and scored twice in this game, and he'll take the first offering from Wolf for ball 1. Well, Wolf has done his job so far. He's retired 4 out of 5. And then they had the runner out of the bases last inning, as that pitch is going to be in there for a strike on that double play. One and one. Now the pitch. That one backs him up off the plate. 2 balls and a strike now on the leadoff batter and sophomore for Fenwick. This is a relatively young lineup. 5 of the 9 are juniors or sophomores. That'll miss. Oh, I take that back. On the corner for a called strike, and it's now 2-2. Eli Wolf has the sign in the 2-2. Back through the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. Wolf reached his glove out, but it eluded it and rolled right up the middle for a solid single for Schaus. He's a base runner with 2 outs.
Sharply hit, and Wolf, again, trying to make that glove hand save of that ball, but it was smoked.
And so the batter now, Hudson Krecky, had a good sacrifice bunt in the first inning. He's flied to left in his other at-bat as they throw over to first base, chasing Carter Schaus back. 6-0 in favor of Fenwick. Now the right-hander straightens, kicks and fires. Fly ball center field. And moving over and making the catch, and that will do it here in the 4th inning of play. So the 2-out single does no damage, and we travel to the bottom of the 4th. Let's pause for these messages from the OHSAA. Middle of our Division IV semifinal, top 6-0 over Fairfield Union. This is the state baseball tournament brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Once again this June, it's a double play Akron as host of both the OHSAA softball and baseball state tournaments. For almost 20 years, the OHSAA softball state tournament has been held at historic Firestone Stadium, while the baseball state tournament is now hosted at both Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in Canton and 717 Credit Union Park in downtown Akron. The Akron Summit County Convention and Visitors Bureau is proud to host Double Play Akron. Learn more at visitakron-summit.org.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Get state tournament photos, programs, apparel, DVDs, and more in the OHSAA Fan Guide. Find it at ohsaa.org.
Bottom half of the fourth inning, it'll be the top of the order for Fairfield Union to come to the plate. With Fenwick leading by a score of 6-0. At this point, Snyder has faced the minimum. He set down the first 7 in a row, then gave up a walk. He then struck out the number 9 hitter, and with Ashton Waldrop at the plate, they picked off the runner at first base for the final out of the third inning. So Waldrop will step back in, and he'll send one towards left field, right at Nick Bachman. He'll make the catch, 1 pitch, 1 out. Here in the fourth inning of play, that was only the 39th pitch made in this game by Anthony Snyder.
I know it varies amongst many announcers. What's your thought on this? You mentioned the fact that right now he has faced the minimum and there is nothing but zeros on the board.
That's exactly what I would have said.
Oh, okay.
Here's Alex Burke, left-handed hitter. There's 11 million ways you can allow the listener or viewer to know what's going on without actually saying the words. The pitch.
Okay.
And that was missed outside for a ball. It's now 1-1. That's not one of the words, Todd Walker.
I'll tell you after this.
The 1-1, low and inside for a ball.
I'm a firm believer in the announcer jinx. People say it doesn't exist. It does.
With that said, you cannot jinx good free throw shooters. I do believe that. But everybody else is fair game. Alex Burke is lined to first, and he sends a pop-up into short left. Shortstop and third baseman converge. It'll be the third baseman Enderly to make the catch. What do you want, Todd Walker?
Well, if you look up, the last no-hitter thrown in the state tournament was Cameron Varga of Cincinnati Christian Academy, and your boy, me, had the call.
Uh-huh.
And after 5 innings, I started saying he's got a no-hitter because that's my rule.
Okay.
7 in a 9-inning game, 5 in a 7-inning game. It's time to start talking about it.
Cameron Varga got drafted. Do you know how his career turned out?
I do not.
It was awful. Here's a pitch on the inside part that misses. No, I think he got injured, and it just didn't go his way. And I'll start with you saying those words probably sent him down that path.
Before it started going south.
That's right. Next offering is up high for a ball. Cameron Varga was awesome. He was a lights-out pitcher for CVCA. Did they make it twice back-to-back years and we got to see him, or maybe it was just his senior year? Next offering is down, right on the inside corner for a strike to make it now 2-1. Garrett Dilcher is the batter. Hitting from the left side, senior, 359 hitter. Now the pitch. Up and out of the zone. Did you say that was 2013, Todd?
2013.
So, Ryan, look at 2012. Did CVCA make it that year too, or did I just make that up? A little stroll around the mound here for Anthony Snyder, who's fallen behind in the count, 3-1. Now the pitch. In the gap, long run, right center. Way to go, Todd Walker. That ball will bounce up off the wall in right center field. Dilcher is around second, on his way for third. Relay throw will not be made. And the first hit of the game comes for Fairfield Union.
And we'll see if this is something that can perhaps jumpstart Fairfield Union a little bit here. Solidly hit ball by Dilcher. He just went out and got that one. And the right fielder, Krecky, and the center fielder, Schaus, you could both kind of tell they were like, well, he's got us on this one. And a good job by Krecky of getting back to the ball. But no question, the best hit ball of the day by Fairfield Union.
5th triple of the year for Dilcher, the number 3 hitter. And now Dylan Chilcote will be the batter. Struck out back in the second inning. Runner leads away at third. And this offering is on the inside corner for a called strike.
You mentioned that triple number. As a team coming in, they had just 6, and he had 4 of them.
Yeah. Cleanup hitter standing in. Now the pitch. Checked his swing on a pitch in the dirt. And the count will be 2-1. On an appeal, he didn't go. In fact, make it 1-1. Beg your pardon. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
See the announcer's jinx in full effect.
I mean,
we bring it up, and what happens?
Just leave it alone. It's fine.
Okay.
No, I mean, what we were doing was fine.
Oh, okay. All right.
Pitch is popped out of play. So CBCA was the only 2014 it was? Oh, CHCA? Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. This pitch is up. Oh, right at the belt for a strike. And that'll be the final out here in the 4th inning as Chilcote is gone looking. 4th strikeout by Snyder. The Fairfield Union Falcons pick up their first hit and leave their first base runner. We move along now to the top half of the 5th inning. It's 6-0 in favor of Fenwick over Fairfield Union. This is the OHSAA State Baseball Tournament.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Ohio, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Top half of inning number 5. And the Fenwick Falcons, they are in control of this game, leading by a score of 6-0. Last time they won a state championship was 1981. Last time they were in the Final Four was 1982. As they're trying to get to a state championship game tomorrow, the Perkins Pirates are waiting the winner of this one. Isaac Barker will lead things off, and he will take the first offering in there for a strike, a single and a walk in his 2 plate appearances in this game. Next offering in there for a called strike.
This one has paled in comparison to the first game, which had 19 runs, 25 hits, 9 errors, 17 left on base.
It started out kind of that way, but Anthony Snyder hasn't let it go that direction on the other side, and Eli Wolf's done a great job coming out of the bullpen, delivers in the dirt here to make it 1-2 as he's gone 2 scoreless innings now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is 3, 4, and 5 for Coach Doc Whelan. Now the pitch. Backing out of play. Division 7 and Division 2 state championship games still will be played here at 717 Credit Union Ballpark. The 1-2 offering not made as the time is called. Now the pitch. Ground ball wide of the bag at third, and with that, let's pause 10 seconds and allow stations to identify themselves on the OHSAA radio network. Along with Marty Bannister, this is Todd Bell. Todd Walker's our dugout reporter today for this Division 4 semifinal game. Isaac Barker with a 1-2 count. He awaits and takes strike 3. Beautiful pitch by Wolf right on the inside corner, and that'll be his first strikeout of the day. Second strikeout by Fairfield Union pitching. Leadoff batter is retired for the third straight frame, and Jackson Kaufman will now be the batter. Kaufman has bounced into a fielder's choice and is struck out. Right-handed hitter. Shortstop awaits the first pitch, and Wolf plunks him right in the left shoulder. So our first hit batter of the ball game, and it'll be Jackson Kaufman, and he'll be over at first base. And now Jude McCullough will stand in as the batter now for Fenwick with a runner over at first base. They've got a 6-0 lead. McCullough 0 for 2 with a foul out to first and a fly out to right. Runner leads away at first base, and a breaking ball in there for a called strike to make it 0-1 on the number 5 hitter. Jude McCullough, second team all-conference performer this year, waves that bat. Line drive center field. Dilcher moving to his left, still on the run, reaches up and makes the catch on that line drive. And that'll be out number 2. Boy, he played that well because the wind has picked back up, blowing towards right field. It just kept tailing away from him.
Nice running catch, you're right. And you could see when it left the bat that it was starting to break and the wind was just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Dilcher's done a nice job out there in center field.
Yes, he has. He's been busy.
That he has.
Here is Boyd Westerfield, who has singled and walked. He's scored a run in this game. 2 outs, runner at first base. Westerfield from the left side. Right-hander home. And a line drive right through the middle. On his way around second, and stopping there is going to be Kaufman. Again, Dilcher gets the ball back in a hurry. And the second hit of the game for Westerfield, who's now been on base all 3 times.
You were mentioning the day that Dilcher's had out there in center field. Remember, he was on the front end of that 8-3 double play that ended the third inning, where he made the catch of that liner and then was able to get a great throw over to first base to double up Westerfield.
Here is Ty Miller. Left fielder, tripled and scored in the second inning and hit into that double play Marty just spoke of. 2 outs, 2 on, the pitch. And it'll be down low for ball 1. In their regional final win, where they came from behind and beat Roger Bacon, scoring in the 7th inning to tie it and then winning it, Ty Miller took over on the mound in that contest, went 5 2/3 innings and picked up the victory. Now the 1-0. Lined off the netting in front of the dugout on the first base side. Number 7 hitter, a .270 average this year. Now Eli Wolf comes set, and the pitch. Fouled again, this time over top of the seating, on top of the roof. Karam's back. 1-2. Now the righty sets at the belt. Again, the 1-2 offering. That'll be a cue shot, hit left side of the infield, cut off by the third baseman Girardi, throws to first for the out. Really good play on a soft roller towards the shortstop, but a good play by Girardi to cut it off. And that'll do it for Fenwick here in the top half of the 5th inning. No runs, a hit batter, and they strand 2. We'll move along now to the bottom of the 5th inning and pause for these messages from the OHSAA, with Fenwick leading Fairfield Union 6-0. This is the state baseball tournament brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
EA Graphics is the official state tournament merchandise partner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. EA Graphics is on-site at OHSAA tournament contests with t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and many other apparel items. And it doesn't end when the tournament is over. Check out OHSAA tournament merchandise online at shopohsaa.com. That's shopohsaa.com. EA Graphics and the OHSAA. Wear a piece of history.
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Use a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app, available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app, free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
Head now to the bottom half of the fifth inning. For Fairfield Union, Cody Andrews, the second baseman, will lead things off. And Anthony Snyder has pitched a gem. First 4 innings, only 2 base runners, 1 hit, 1 walk. And Cody Andrews now will stand in, junior second baseman. And the first offering by Snyder, and he plunks him in the shoulder. So the leadoff batter is on here in the fifth inning.
First time that Fairfield Union has been able to get their leadoff hitter on. And no matter how you do it, just get somebody on base and see what happens.
Here's Brady Andrews, senior catcher, struck out his first time up. Right-handed hitter, takes strike 1 right on the outside corner. Pitch number 54 on the day now for Anthony Snyder. It's pretty efficient here in the fifth inning of play. Here's a fly ball foul over into the seating on the first base side. People scatter around. Oh, and it bounced up into the suites, avoiding all of our little friends down there who would have been scrambling for the ball.
That was a very good report.
0-2. Andrews with a wide stance. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Good breaking ball by Anthony Snyder, and that's going to be his 5th strikeout of the game.
That was similar, Todd, to the at-bat he had with R.J. Hedges in the third inning, where he just reared back and threw 3 pitches right past him.
He certainly has the ability to just rear back and fire it. This time he hit him with a curveball. Here is Braxton Rolls, who popped up to short his only time up, shows bunt, and takes the first offering high for ball 1. That was more of a show than anything right there. Andrews over at first base, leading away. Now Snyder home. Hop back and out of play. 1-1.
Fairfield Union in a league that's going to go under a bit of a change here coming up. After the next couple of seasons, Logan will join the Mid-State League, school located down 33, southeast of the Lancaster area.
Shows bunt, pops it up behind the plate. Catcher coming back, slides on his knees, and McCullough makes the catch. The runner at first tries to tag, and they throw him out. Oh, what a play all the way around. Jude McCullough racing straight back towards the backstop, slides on his knees to make the catch, and then Andrews tried to tag and go to second, and he threw him out. We'll pause for these messages from your local station and move along to the 6th inning of play with Fenwick leading Fairfield Union 6-0. This is the OHSAA State Baseball Tournament.
The game is over, but this time, instead of asking how many goals did you score or what were your stats, try asking these questions. Were you a good teammate? Were you coachable? Did you give 100%? And did you have fun? Because those are the values that school sports instill in Ohio's young people, where winning and losing are secondary to the life lessons that will stay with kids long after their playing days are over. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a
You
left.
are not going to
Then what
believe
you're going
this.
to do is turn
Marcy
onto
and
Marcy
Brad just
Avenue
broke up,
and go
and
past
apparently
the first 3
she's
lights,
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
Then
think
drive
she's
5 more
happy,
blocks,
but
and you should be
who am
there.
I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right.
that's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving.
Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Division 4 second semifinal right now. It is Fenwick leading Fairfield Union by a score of 6-0 as we move along to the sixth inning. Again, here is Marty Bannister.
6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for leading Fenwick. No runs, 1 hit, and 4 miscues for trailing Fairfield Union. Fenwick get it started here at the top of the sixth with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, the DH Nick Bachman, the third baseman Connor Enderly. Then we'll rotate back up to the top for Carter Schaus, the center fielder. And the first pitch from Eli Wolf to Nick Bachman misses for a ball. Bachman today has singled and scored and popped out to the second baseman. From the right side of the plate, the right-hander delivers, and this ball is scorched into center field for the second hit of the game by Nick Bachman. And for Fenwick, hit number 7 here in this semifinal. We had hits, and even more hits in game 1, in which Perkins won 12-7. There were 25 hits in that game. And the really remarkable thing was in that game, as we're going to get a pinch runner down at first base, Colton Bora will come on. For Fenwick, Ryder Francis will come on and run here. Was Fenwick... Perkins, rather than that first game, they went through about 3 innings where they had just 1 hit in the game. And then all of a sudden, they just erupted. So Ryder Francis is now the runner at first base. And here is Enderly, the third baseman, hitting out of the 9-hole, 292 batting average. He's 0 for 2. Has popped out to the shortstop and bounced out to the second baseman. Squares the bunt, pitch inside, snap throw to first, and the runner back safely. Well, when the next game comes up, the adults will take over the broadcast booth. Things have got completely out of hand here.
Finally, thank heavens.
Voice of the Cavaliers, Tim Alcorn, has walked in and is shaking his head in disbelief of what he walked into. Pitch high, snap throw to first, and the runner back.
Here's a guy 2 weeks ago. He's in the greatest theater in the world, Madison Square Garden, calling an Eastern Conference final, and then he walks into this booth like, where am I right now?
With Groucho, Harpo, and Chico here. 2 balls and no strikes. Wolf delivers. Bunt shown. Pushed back out towards the mound. Wolf comes up, makes the pickup. Looks at second. Throws to first. Sacrifice effective. Francis goes safely in at second base. 1-3 on the putout at first on the sacrifice. Back to the top, and here's Carter Schaus. Schaus today has been out all 3 times. A pair of walks and a sharply hit single back up the middle his last at bat. Fenwick trying to reach the state championship game for the first time since 1982. Semifinals 82, 81, 78, 74. Pitches low. School located in Warren County, north of Cincinnati. 238 boys in the enrollment. Doc Whelan, in his first year as head coach, has guided his team to the state tournament. From the stretch, Wolf delivers, and the pitch is fouled to the backstop netting. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to Carter Schaus. Hudson Krecky will be next for the Fenwick Falcons. Lance back at second. And now a step off.
Unbelievable.
And another balk. Third against the Fairfield Union pitching staff. So move the pinch runner Ryder Francis over to third base now. We're at the top of the 6th. We're at 717 Credit Union Park in beautiful downtown Akron, Ohio, home of the OHSAA 98th State Baseball Championships. 1-1 delivery coming is ripped. Nice play over by the third baseman Girardi. Takes a look back at the runner, then throws a bit high over first base. But Alex Burke able to reach up and snag the high throw and complete the putout. 5-3. Runner holds station at third base. Two are out. Here is Hudson Crakey, the right fielder.
For the sloppy baseball we've seen in both of our semifinals. Good play there by Girardi. Playing in, fielded it cleanly, looked the runner back, made a strong throw to first base. Well done.
Crakey steps in. He is 0 for 3 today. Has bounced out and hit a couple of fly balls, one to left, one to center. And goes after the first pitch and chops it foul. Crakey's a great story. His grandfather still teaches at Fenwick High School and was a member of the coaching staff. In fact, he was the head coaching staff on the 81 team that got to the state tournament. He says he will retire from teaching his grandfather once this tournament and Crakey's career is over. Pitch bounces to the plate. Runner at third scampers towards the plate and will score standing up. Francis. It's 7-0 now in favor of Fenwick. So the troubles for Fairfield Union continue here in this game. They have just never really been able to get anything started offensively. Their defense has failed them on a number of occasions as Francis scores on the wild pitch. Next pitch is lofted into right field. Braxton rolls, racing over, reaches up, and awkwardly makes the catch, losing his hat out there in right field as well. And that will take care of Fenwick here in the top half of the sixth. They add a run, and we go to the bottom of the sixth. Fenwick 7, Fairfield Union nothing in our second Division IV semifinal. We need to pause for these messages from the OHSAA. This is the state baseball tournament, and it's brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Spectrum News 1, a new kind of news channel dedicated to refreshing storytelling and empowering communities across the Buckeye State. With your local forecast every 10 minutes and all of the essential news you need 24/7. Plus, in-depth shows and exclusives focused on your community. Always Ohio, always refreshing, always on. We are Spectrum News 1, exclusively on Spectrum.
Hey, Ohio, not every injury happens on the field. Car wrecks, hospital mistakes, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 lawyers and 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $30 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud sponsor of Ohio High School Athletics. Injured? Just out. Pound law. Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
School sports aren't just extracurricular. They are extra important. Find out more at ohsaa.org.
7-0 is the Fenwick lead as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Fenwick has recorded 7 hits in this game, but Todd, you and I were talking during the break. The way they have scored their runs, you would think they have a lot of RBI in this game.
Only Ty Miller's triple in the second that scored Westerfield, and then Bachman singled home Miller. The only 2 RBI in this game is the other 5 runs have scored via wild pitches, walks, bases loaded walks, a variety of ways. They have definitely benefited from some sloppy baseball on the other side today.
Owen Girardi at the plate for Fairfield Union to get it started here in the bottom of the sixth inning, the third baseman. He has walked and was picked off out at second base. Here's a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-2. It so often happens in a game, and I think it's in the game's guidelines. A guy who makes a great play defensively in the inning prior has to lead off or hit in the next inning. Girardi made a heck of a play down there at third base. Here's an inside outswing, high bouncer out towards first base, fielded by Westerfield on a couple of hops, and he'll solo to the bag for the first out of the bottom of the sixth. R.J. Hedges now coming to the plate. In fact, we're going to have a pinch hitter here, I do believe. That will be the case. Tucker Wolf, sophomore, will come to the plate for Fairfield Union. Todd Walker's at the far end of that Fenwick dugout right now. You kind of get the sense they realize they're 3 outs away from getting to the state championship game.
Absolutely. And the message amongst the guys, though, coming out was we got to close this out. Let's not assume things are in the bag. You know, there's 2 innings left. Let's go out here and close this out and keep our focus. And so far, so good here in the bottom of the sixth.
To be more precise, 5 outs away. Swing and a miss at a high fastball as Tucker Wolf steps in, swings from the right side of the plate. He's a sophomore. Next pitch again, just Anthony Snyder just rearing back and throwing it as hard as he possibly can. No balls and 2 strikes, swing and a miss. 86 mile an hour in that fastball. 0-2 pitch, wide of the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Under the lights tonight will be the D2 title game, New Albany and Walsh Jesuit. And Delphus St. John's and Lipstick, the Division 4 or Division 7 championship game. Swing and a miss. And Tucker Wolf strikes out for the second out here in the bottom of the 6th. That game is scheduled, at least on the bracket, to start at 4 o'clock. Here's Ashton Waldrop, top of the order, the shortstop. 0 for 2, a bounce out and a fly out. And pitch wide of the plate, ball 1. Talking earlier about this facility hosting the OHSAA state championships. You got to give the grounds crew, all the folks here, a lot of credit. There's a lot of baseball played in a short period of time here. 1-0 delivery, inside out swing, foul backing out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. And unlike the other site that's used for these games, Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium, which is a field turf surface all the way around. A lot of work has to be done to get this facility ready to go between games. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball frozen for a called strike. It's 1-2. That's the other part about this tournament here. The folks at this ballpark, they welcome the tournament. They want it here. 1-2 pitch. Fastball high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 in the first, 5 in the second. That's where the game turned for the Fenwick Falcons. They threw on a insurance run in the top half of the 6th. Tried to check his swing on a pitch low, and they appealed. He was able to do so. The count's run full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, before this facility was built, Thurman Munson was the home for the old Canton Akron Indians. Here's the payoff. Fastball high. And Ashton Waldrop draws a 2-out walk here in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, you were their voice, right?
I was there. I was there for 2 seasons. 2 seasons. And then migrated here, yes.
Migrated? Well, foul. Yeah, with rubber ducks. And okay. Yeah.
They were the Arrows then.
First pitch is bounced, just foul up the first baseline to Alex Burke, the first baseman.
You know, it's interesting. Thurman Munson was constructed back in the late 80s when the AA team moved from the East Coast to Canton and was called the Canton Akron Indians. And we thought it was the greatest thing ever when that metal erector set was built back then.
0-1 pitch misses outside. It's 1-1.
And it was just at that time, a couple of years later, that the Orioles built Camden Yards and Cleveland put Jacobs Field. And then there was a shift in minor league facilities to start to look more like what this one looks like.
1-1 pitch, fastball high, 2-1.
And that's what constituted the dust-up between the city of Canton and ownership of the team. Was like, you know, we just threw this metal thing together, but now I really want a nice ballpark. And Canton said, no, this is what you have. Akron said, yep, we'll take you. And that's how it ended up here.
2-1 pitch with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back with a bit of a foul. They're held on by the catcher, Jude McCullough.
So they spent less than 10 years in Canton before moving here to Akron.
And you look across the minor league landscape, especially in Ohio, the ballparks here in Dayton,
Lake County,
downtown Columbus,
Toledo.
2-2 delivery. Fastball high, the count's run full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And it was hard to understand for the people who lived in Canton who didn't see the other minor league ballparks that were being built to really get an understanding for it. And to be honest, we had the same thing in Columbus at Old Cooper Stadium. It was the same thing. They wanted a new ballpark downtown, resembled something like this. The people of Columbus were like, I don't understand it. Well, now they do.
Payoff pitch with the runner on the move, ball 4. Back-to-back walks as Waldrop scoots safely over to second base on the walk. Alex Burke draws the second two-out walk here in the inning, and Garrett Dilcher, the center fielder, time is called.
So a quick conversation out on the mound, and I'll let everybody know that this broadcast is a presentation of the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network and NFHS Network, and a commercial use, retransmission, or distribution without the express written consent of the OHSAA and NFHS Network is strictly prohibited. The announcers and production staff for this game were selected by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more information, log on to the OHSAA Radio Network at ohsaa.org.
Todd Walker, you're in that Fenwick dugout. That was a very quick meeting out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looks like he's just leaving everything up now, Anthony Snyder. He's still throwing hard as he has all game. Just maybe a little fatigue setting in. The release point isn't quite right. He just needs to bring it down in the zone a little bit. Went out there to settle him down and get him a blow and a rest.
78 pitches, the official count right now for Snyder. Here's Dilcher, the center fielder, from the left side of the plate. And the first pitch kind of bends him back a little bit, but still catches the inside corner for a called strike. It's a 1. Dilcher, 1 for 2, belted a triple to the warning track. His last at-bat in the 4th, but was stranded at 3rd. Fouls this one to the backstop, and he's quickly in an 0-2 hole. 2 on, with 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th, with Fenwick leading Fairfield Union 7-0. This is our second Division IV semifinal. Sandusky Perkins won the opener 12-7 over Youngstown Mooney. 0-2 pitch, bounces to the plate. And a good job by Jude McCullough, the Fenwick catcher, keeping that ball out in front of him and not allowing the runners to advance.
I think back, he just kept that one in front, where the last inning he ended by coming back to the backstop and making that terrific play and then doubling off a runner at second.
As of right now, the title game tomorrow morning is slated for a 10 o'clock first pitch. But there are some concerns about the weather for tomorrow. Here's the 1-2 with 2 on. This one is hit opposite side towards the line, and it will fall fair. That will score at least 1 run as it goes down into the corner. Scoring is Waldrop. Rounding second and steaming towards the plate is Burke. It's 7-2. Ball got away from the left fielder down there. He had a tough time recovering that baseball, and Dilcher comes all the way over to third, and the Fairfield Union Falcons are on the board. They score a pair of runs. It's now 7-2.
Marty, in similar fashion to the Miller triple earlier in this game for Fenwick, when Rolls dove in right, the ball hit the dirt warning track, and in this case, it was Bachman trying to get over to cut it off. He got there a step late. It hit that dirt and just rolls all the way down into the corner. And we can't see it, but it actually kind of, there's an area in foul territory where it goes back to the left behind all that seating area. And I think the ball just ended up curling down there before he was able to find it.
Second hit of the day, and it knocks in a pair of runs for Dilcher. 24 and 25 is RBIs. And at the plate right now is the cleanup hitter, Dylan Chilcote, the DH. And he's quickly down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. So a little bit of life for the Fairfield Union Falcons. Dilcher, credited with a triple. His second triple of the game. The other one was to right center. This one to left. Here's the 0-2 to Chilcote. This one is bounced foul. So a team that on the season had just a half dozen triples coming in has 2 in this game from a guy who, entering the game, of those 6 triples, had 4 of them. Time is called while they track down that foul ball. 7-2 again is the score now, as Fairfield Union puts a couple of runs on the board off of Anthony Snyder. There's some stirring out in that right center field bullpen. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Joe Coates, a junior. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Called, 3rd strike, frozen with a pitch on the outside corner. And that takes care of Fairfield Union here in the bottom half of inning number 6. But they get back into the game. They score a couple of runs and still trail 7-2. We go to the 7th inning in our Division IV semifinal. Fenwick 7, Fairfield Union 2. Let's pause for these messages from your local station. This is the OHSAA State Baseball Tournament.
So why do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship. So why do they play?
My reason why is friendship.
Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
New pitcher coming on now for Fairfield Union here in the top half of the 7th inning. Eli Wolf will go 4 innings. He'll allow 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, a walk and a strikeout, and he will exit stage right. And coming on now will be Joe Blankenship, and he'll be making his 14th appearance and his 6th in relief this year. In 46 innings pitched, he's given up 44 hits, 26 runs, 15 earned, walking 12, striking out 24, and the opposition hitting .240 against Blankenship. A record of 4-3, an earned run average of .228. He will pitch the 7th inning for Fairfield Union.
Branson rolls, will go in defensively into left field for Fairfield Union, replacing R.J. Hedges. So Braxton Rolls is in right, and Branson Rolls is in left. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, Fenwick leads Fairfield Union 7-2. And the winner back tomorrow morning to face Sandusky Perkins in the Division IV state championship game. Joe Blankenship on the mound for Fairfield Union. The righty rocks, readies, and delivers, and the pitch is fouled at the plate. Isaac Barker at the dish for Fenwick. Why were you laughing, sir?
Well, the music was playing, and Rolls was being announced as the hitter, and the pitch was being delivered. There's a lot going on right there.
Well, it was Africa by Toto, so it was okay. Swing and a miss. It's no balls and 2 strikes. They've done a pretty good job with the music here.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Well, no, it is. It's great.
Listen at you.
Jeff Kurtz down there doing PA. Fantastic.
You're going to play Kurtz. Pitch is low, 0-2 in the dirt. And just got a piece of it staying alive as Barker. Catcher could not hold on to it. No balls and 2 strikes. They've already played Sweet Caroline, so we've got that out of the way. 0-2 pitch. This one is ripped towards the left field line, and it will fall foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Seven to 2 the lead for Fenwick. We play in the top of the 7th. Blankenship peers over the top of the glove, has the sign, brings the 0-2 rather to the plate, and now it is 1-2 as that pitch was low. Mentioning Fenwick's history, state semifinals, their 5th appearance in the semis. Inside outswing on a 1-2 pitch. Popped into foul territory, first base side. Alex Burke able to make the catch. As again, he was battling the sun. That time held on to it.
I'm so happy for him. He struggled over there today, staring up into the sun, and was able to stay with that one and make the catch.
Jackson Kaufman, the shortstop, now comes to the plate for Fenwick. Reached via an error, struck out swinging, and then was plunked by a pitch in inning number 5. Kaufman, 393, takes the first pitch in tight and high for a ball. Blankenship ready, and the next pitch outside, the outside corner for a call strike. It's 1-2. Kaufman talked earlier in the week about the opportunity to play for a state championship, says something that this group, next pitch, is fouled at the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes, that this group has been talking about since the 8th grade. They've been playing together that long, and now 3 outs away from doing just that, coming back and playing for a state championship tomorrow morning. Kaufman and Brady Andrews exchanging some words at the plate. Andrews puts the catching helmet and the mask back on. Here's the 1-2 pitch. In tight, bounces. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1974, 1981, 1982, and 2026, the prior visits to the state tournament for Fenwick. Here's the 2-2 delivery. This one is spanked into center field and will drop for a base hit off the bat of Kaufman. And with 1 down and a runner on, here's the catcher, Jude McCullough. McCullough's 0 for 3 today. He's popped out, hit a fly ball to right, hit a fly ball to center, both of which were caught. Fenwick has won state championships in the past, 1974, 1981. We're referencing Hudson Krecke's grandfather, who was a coach on that team in 81, still teaching at Fenwick High School. That's a long time to be teaching, isn't it? Pitch on the way to McCullough, bends him back a little bit, in tight and high, 1-0. Bit of a wide stance McCullough uses. Bat arched over that right shoulder. Runner on the move. Here's the pitch. It's wide of the plate. The throw is not in time. And Jackson Kaufman easily steals second base.
He had a great jump and a high leg kick from the pitcher Blankenship, and then it was a breaking ball to boot. They had virtually no chance to throw him out there.
Runner at second now with 1 down. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Wide of the plate, knocked down again by Andrews. Snap throw out to the shortstop covering, but the base runner back. 3 balls and no strikes. Fenwick in that GCL co-ed, they've also played a very good schedule. Cincinnati McNicholas, Alter, Dayton Chaminade, Julian. They've played Baden, which won the Division III championship, beating Columbus Bishop Watterson 3-1, pitches to strike.
I haven't seen CJ in a while. They had a little run going there in baseball.
(3-1) delivery. This is outside, ball 4. So Boyd Westerfield, the first baseman, will be taken down.
Haven't seen him in a while. They're here in 23. I just didn't see him that year.
Michael Kelchner will be the hitter in this situation here for Fenwick.
Yeah, CJ was runner-up in 17, won it in 18, won it in 19. So
the great Jim Place was the head coach at CJ for a number of years. So here's Kelchner. And the runner at first is Tony Wagner. Has that big oven mitt on the left hand, a sliding glove.
It's either that or we're going to immediate timeout, one or the other.
Kelchner getting his first at-bat in this semifinal from the right side of the plate. And the first pitch in tight. Ball 1. Kelchner hitting 167 in limited at-bats. In fact, this is just his 7th at-bat of the season. Does not have a RBI nor an extra base hit. Kelchner, a senior. 2 on with 1 down at top of the 7th. Fenwick trying to tag on some runs here after Fairfield Union scored twice in the bottom of the 6th to cut it to 7-2. Fenwick trying to add on and make the Falcons of Fairfield Union work a little harder in the bottom of the 7th to try to rally back. Counts 2-0 to Kelchner. Next pitch, swing and a miss from Joe Blankenship, the right-hander, 2-1. Kaufman the lead at second. Wagner, the pinch runner, the lead at first. Next pitch is fouled to the area near the dugout on the first base side. It counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still a lot of baseball to be played here at 717 Credit Union Park. The Division 7 game. Todd Walker will upstairs afterwards and have the call of that. 2-2 is bounced up the third base side. Ooh. And then tonight, under the lights, you'll get the unique pleasure of once again listening to Todd Bell.
Not as much, though. I'll be limited in my words. I just can't talk freely.
It's impossible. 2 on, 1 down, 2-2 the count, Blankenship. Looking back at second. Another look back that way. That will turn and send the runner scampering back. Todd stepping into the breach for our colleague David Wilson, who was unable to make it to the ballpark tonight, a little under the weather. Next pitch breaks high and the count's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You almost had to fill in for me 2 years ago at basketball. Remember that?
That's true. That's true.
You literally sat behind me. It was like,
yeah,
I'm here if you fall off the chair.
Payoff delivery on the way. Called third strike on the inside corner. As Kelchner called looking for the second out of his top half of the 7th inning. And that'll bring up Ty Miller, the left fielder. Miller tripled in the 2nd inning and came around to score one of the 5 runs that Fenwick scored in that game-changing 2nd inning. And then lined out to center and hit a ground ball to the third baseman in his last at-bat. Goes after the first pitch. High bounder out towards second base, fielded on a big room service hop by Cody Andrews. And he throws to Alex Burke, and that takes care of Fenwick here in the top half of the 7th inning. 3 outs away are the Falcons of Fenwick going to the state championship game. We'll see if the Falcons of Fairfield Union can mount a rally. Bottom of the 7th we head, 7-2 our score. Let's pause for these messages from the OHSAA. This is the state baseball tournament brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Health Action Council is a member-driven, not-for-profit organization that provides employers with best practices for a healthy workforce through leadership, innovative services, and collaboration. Health Action Council works with employers to improve the quality, cost, and value of healthcare. The Ohio High School Athletic Association and Health Action Council invite all Ohio schools to join us for the Healthy Kids Step It Up Challenge. Find out details at healthykidsgo.org.
Ready? It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right. Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles. From biking to bench presses, Milk's protein helps you build lean muscle and gain more from your workouts.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Chocolate Milk, the official beverage of high school sports, is brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast.
You are listening to the State Championship High School Baseball Tournament on the Ohio High School Athletic Association Radio Network.
Along with the Todds, Bell, and Walker, I'm Marty Bannister. Ryan Baker is our producer engineer, and we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning in the Division 4 semifinal. Middletown Franklin Fenwick leads Lancaster Fairfield Union by the score of 7-2. And the Fenwick Falcons are 3 outs away from advancing to the state championship game. And for Fairfield Union, it will be 8-9-1. The designated hitter, second baseman Cody Andrews, the catcher Brady Andrews, and then the right fielder Braxton Rolls. And Anthony Snyder trying to throw a complete game. Starts him off with a strike. The next pitch, swing and a miss. He's wasted little time right here. It's quickly 0-2. Andrews today has bounced out and then was hit by a pitch back in the 5th inning. 0-2. Missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Post-game show, Todd Walker will have interviews. Time is called now as some Fenwick players had bounced out of the dugout down the first base side, wanting to head out to the bullpen. And in fact, they're going to start loosening up just down the right field line. Here's the 1-2. This one is punched, and it will just drop foul behind first base. Boyd Westerfield was the first baseman. Kelchner is now in there replacing him at first base. No check. Westerfield stayed in the game, at first base. So the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cody Andrews, Jr. 349 his average coming into this state tournament. 1-2 from Snyder, struck him out swinging. I think there's been a lot to like about the way Snyder's pitched this game today, Todd.
And that's what I was just thinking. 80, almost close to 90 pitches now on the day. Hasn't done anything fancy. He has just attacked the hitters. He's thrown strikes. He's limited his walks. He did have the 2 outs, back-to-back walks last inning, and those both scored then on the triple, but he's been very solid today.
And starts off Brady Andrews with a fastball that Brady Andrews swings through for a strike. Andrews is 0 for 2 today, has struck out both times, and both of the swinging variety. The 0-1. 0-2, another fastball that Brady Andrews could not catch up with. 85 mile an hour on that pitch from Snyder, who's wasting little time. Has the baseball back, has the sign, and here's the 0-2. This one is bounced out towards the shortstop. Kaufman makes the pickup, slings the throw over to the first baseman, Westerfield. And the Fairfield Union Falcons are down to their final out here in this state semifinal.
It's kind of one of those games where you go back to when you were a player and you faced a guy and you go back and you're like, he wasn't that good. We didn't do well. And the next thing you know, it's 2 hits and 8 strikeouts and the game is over. He's just, again, nothing fancy, just really, really good.
Fenwick coach Doc Whelan talked in the week about how much he likes his depth on his pitching staff. And a high fastball right there that Braxton Rolls swings right through. 85 mile an hour on that fastball. Snyder 0-1. Popped up center field. Carter Schaus says, I've got it. He does. And Fenwick is headed to the state championship game. The Fenwick Falcons score 5 times in the top of the 2nd inning to basically take all the suspense out of this one. And they roll to the state championship game for the first time since the 80s. The program will play for a state championship. We'll be back tomorrow to face Sandusky Perkins in the Division IV championship game. Again, our final score in our second semi, Fenwick 7, Fairfield Union 2. Stay with us. We'll pause for these messages from the OHSAA. This is the state baseball tournament brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Max Preps is your source for high school sports. From schedules to stats, live scores, rosters, video, and photos, Max Preps has it all. And when you download the Max Preps app, you can add your favorite teams and get notified on the go. Have your own personalized scoreboards and stay updated on the latest news surrounding your high school team. As a proud partner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, Max Preps wishes every student, athlete, and coach out there a very successful season.
Once again this June, it's a double play Akron as host of both the OHSAA softball and baseball state tournaments. For almost 20 years, the OHSAA softball state tournament has been held at historic Firestone Stadium, while the baseball state tournament is now hosted at both Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in Kenton and 717 Credit Union Park in downtown Akron. The Akron Summit County Convention and Visitors Bureau is proud to host Double Play Akron. Learn more at visitakron-summit.org.
The OHSAA softball and baseball state tournaments wrap up the school year and signal the start of summer. And that means the start of football season can't be too far away. This is Todd Bell. Join me and the OHSAA Radio Network crew each week during the football playoff for the OHSAA Playoff Preview Show and the state championships in Canton the first week in December. Congratulations to all the teams competing for softball and baseball state championships over the last 2 weeks of the season. Have a great summer, and we'll see you this fall.
Did you know that the OHSAA awards more than $160,000 in scholarships every year? Check out details at ohsaa.org.
7-2 the final in our second semi as Franklin Bishop Fenwick advances to the state championship game, knocking off Lancaster Fairfield Union by the final of 7-2 here this afternoon at 717 Credit Union Park. And the Falcons move on. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 6 on base. For Fairfield Union, a couple of runs, a couple of hits, 4 errors, and they left just 2 runners on base. And heading on to the state championship game is Fenwick, under the guidance of first-year head coach Doc Whelan, who is on the field right now with our Todd Walker.
Doc, before the game, I asked you about starting pitcher Anthony Snyder. You said you trusted him. He rewarded your trust. He was outstanding.
Yes, he did. He stepped up. We had the confidence in him, knew that he was going to throw strikes, knew we could trust him, and I'm so happy for him because that kid worked so hard. He, after last year, didn't have the success that he wanted, but I noticed in the offseason, and then as the game started ramping up, as I said, when I think about Ant Snyder, we can trust him on the hill, and he stepped up on the biggest stage.
Well, before the game, you and I talked about the delay with the long first game, and you said you were a lot more anxious than the guys, and it showed out there. They were all solid, weren't they?
They really were. And again, this is a player-led team, senior leadership on down, and when you have kids like this in a group like that, it allows us to just sit back because we've worked hard coaching them. They're coachable kids, and then they just go out there and play on the biggest stage they played on.
The big 5-run second inning, it's not like you knocked the ball around the park, but you put the pressure on them and you capitalized on every mistake. Is that a trait of this team too?
It really is. We really work on trying to be in every pitch, whether it's a ball in the dirt, pass ball, or even a foul ball, and putting some pressure on them against good teams. We were fortunate today. They kicked it around a little bit, but yeah, we like to stay aggressive.
Your catcher, Jude McCullough, had one of the most impressive plays I've ever seen from a catcher, sprinting back to field that foul pop and then throwing the guy out, trying to tag from first to second. Tell me about Jude. Is that something you come to expect?
When I think about Jude, I always say, you don't know if he's 0 for 4 or 4 for 4. And today's a great example. He didn't swing it that well. Defensively, leadership calling pitches for us, and then to make a play like that, that's one of the best plays I've ever seen in 22 years. That's the type of kid Jude is.
Well, you were 1 for 1 today. You get to come back tomorrow, Doc. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Todd, thank you, and congratulations to Doc Whelan and Fenwick coming back to play for the state championship tomorrow. We'll wrap it up for you when we come back. Fenwick wins at 7-2 over Fairfield Union. Let's pause for these messages from your local station. This is the OHSAA State Baseball Tournament.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
How do you define strength? Is it physical? Or is it mental? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's whatever empowers a person to dig deeper, fight harder, and overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Discover how much stronger and more confident your children can be. Encourage them to participate in a sport when they go to high school.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You know, you're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in Ohio is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Seven-two again, the final game, number 2 of our semis in Division 4. As Bishop Fenwick beats Fairfield Union to advance to the championship game tomorrow against Sandusky Perkins, who won that wild affair to get it started today by a score of 12-7. And Todd, we look ahead quickly to that game as we wrap it up. With the way both of these games kind of played at different paces today, that one shapes up, I think, as a very entertaining title game.
So for Fenwick, what we know is they're going to play sound fundamental baseball tomorrow. We saw that here today. They played a clean game. They took advantage of all of the mistakes that Fairfield Union made and scoring all those runs in the one inning early and then just able to ride Snyder the rest of the way through. TJ Blanton, the head coach for Perkins, has a decision to make who's his starting pitcher tomorrow because he threw 1A and 1B in their semifinal win earlier today. They're going to have to clean up the mistakes. Offensively, we know they can score some runs. Should be an interesting matchup tomorrow.
Well, we look forward to, well, most of us do, seeing you tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Thanks for tagging me along here.
So that's what I do. I just carry people throughout broadcast. And again, the final here in our Division 4 state semifinal. Bishop Fenwick beats Fairfield Union 7-2. Tune back into the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network at 4:35 today for the Division 7 championship game as Delphos St. John's takes on Lipsick in a Northwest Ohio matchup. On behalf of OHSAA Executive Director Doug Ute, Radio Network Executive Producer Tim Street, our on-site producer engineer, the one, the only, the Marathon Man, Ryan Baker, and my broadcast partners Todd Bell and Todd Walker, I'm Marty Bannister saying congratulations to the Bishop Fenwick Falcons. They'll play the Perkins Pirates for the Division 4 state championship tomorrow morning. This preceding broadcast has been a presentation of the NFHS Network and the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.